Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Where we're going to be counting down the top 10 worst perks in Call of Duty Zombies history. This is going to include every single Zombies iteration that we have got in the past. So it goes all the way from World at War through Black Ops 4, as well as Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and World War II. We're literally going to go through all the games and pick out the top 10 worst perks. Now, I tweeted this out and I got a lot of recommendations from people about the actual worst perk, and I made a list according to it. So hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Double Tap, and this is the original version that first appeared in Zombies on Varrock. Now, the thing about the original Double Tap in World at War and Black Ops 1 was it actually was not that great for really helping you, because you would lose out on all your ammo a lot faster, because all it did was it shot your weapon twice as fast. And that's literally all it did. So it allowed you to have a faster fire rate, which in some scenarios is pretty good because you're putting out a lot more damage, but it also means that you might be wasting more ammo as well, and it really didn't help that much. Now, the big difference with Double Tap 2.0 that we had in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 was the fact that instead of making your weapon fire twice as fast, you shot 2 bullets every time you shot once. So you didn't actually end up losing more ammo, and you just had the same normal fire rate, only it dealt more damage. So it was a lot more useful, and I just think the original version just makes you run out of ammo extremely quickly, especially on like LMGs, which already have a fast fire rate, or any submachine gun or something. And even the Thompson in this gameplay, as you can see, it only has 20 bullets per magazine, so you literally run out of ammo so quickly, and I had to buy more ammo off the wall. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be Shield Blitz, which is the World War II version of Electric Cherry. Now, it worked exactly the same as it did when it was first introduced on Mob of the Dead, where the less ammo you have in your magazine when you reload, it will create a larger explosive blast of electricity around you. So for example, if you shoot 1 bullet out of your magazine that has 30 and you reload, it will be a very small burst of electricity, whereas if you reload when you only have 1 bullet in your magazine, it will be a lot bigger. And this worked pretty well in World War II. Now, the reason I put it on this was because I feel like it was the most useless perk in the game overall, because think of it this way: you have shields, which takes away jug, so the other perks you're going to be getting is like the quick revive variant, you're going to get speed cola, you're going to get double tap, and you have one more slot open to get something else. Now, in World War II Zombies, there was a melee perk that allowed you to deal more damage when you meleeed, which was really useful, and also stamina up was very useful as well, because a lot of the time on World War II, the maps were actually pretty big, so you did have to run fairly far, and it was very useful if you want to get out of the way of any of the zombies on the map. There's some really fast ones and stuff like that. So I just feel like it was a useless perk. It didn't actually need to be there. And I know a lot of these perks are pretty much useless, but I feel like Electric Cherry in World War II was just the most useless perk that didn't even need to be added into the game. They could have added something totally different that was better. But yeah, that comes in here at the number 9 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Who's Who. Now, personally, I actually like Who's Who, and I think it's a very good perk that is completely underrated. It was just placed on Die Rise, and the reason it sucks so much is because it's on Die Rise. A lot of people are not huge fans of the map, unless you're, in the whole thing with Johnny J going on where he wants to remaster Die Rise. But Who's Who, I think, was just implemented in a very bad map. If it was on pretty much any other map, it'd be a very good perk. And it's actually one of those things that's kind of useful, because instead of just getting normal quick revives 3 on every map, you had the ability to save your quick revive over and over every single time you ended up having Who's Who. And that's as long as you can train and make it when you just respawn with a 1911. Now, personally, I think the Who's Who perk jingle is amazing, and I think the perk's pretty good, but it's going to be here on the list because of a lot of problems that it did have, like this clip right here.
Oh, good Lord, no.
Don't touch.
Yes,
What's
Why did I? What is this? What is the? Come on, you don't even give me a chance. You don't even give me a chance.
Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, as you guys know, Deadshot allows you to aim more for the head and get more headshots, but the thing about this perk was it's completely useless when you play on PC because you're already aiming with your mouse and obviously keyboard. But the thing is, you can have perfect accuracy when you're using a mouse and a keyboard to headshot zombies all the time. So it really makes Deadshot Daiquiri completely useless overall. Now, it was first introduced on Call of the Dead, and as you can see in the gameplay, I ended up getting it for free because I killed George a bunch, and that usually is like the only time I end up getting Deadshot Daiquiri. I don't think I've ever actually bought it or wanted to get it unless I was doing like a rainbow perk challenge or I popped up Perkaholic in Black Ops 3. Other than that, I just never buy this perk because I don't really think it's that great. Now, you do have Deadshot Dealer, which is the version in Black Ops 4, which was actually a lot better because you dealt more damage to the head, which I think was a very, very good addition. And they added a few more things as well that like you dealt more damage every time you were accurate with a headshot. So I think that was a really, really good addition in Black Ops 4 that they added to the perk. But overall, just the normal version of Deadshot is not great. And that's why it comes in here at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Death Perception from Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now, personally, I think this one is really useless because you already know where the zombies are going to be spawning, at least if you've played the maps a few times. And you can obviously hear where the zombies are as well. Now, what Death Perception actually does is you can see zombies through walls and like when they're breaking out of a barrier or coming upstairs or something like that. So it can be good for new players, but I just feel like it's kind of a useless perk and I never found myself using it when I played in Black Ops 4. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be Exo Slam from Exo Zombies. Now, you do need this for the Easter egg in the first map Outbreak in Exo Zombies to get Oz's card, but other than that, Exo Slam is very, very bad. You can see me here literally on round 4 slamming into a horde of zombies and literally none of them die. I end up making a few crawlers because it just doesn't deal any damage. It's completely useless, and I've only ever bought it for the Easter egg step on Outbreak, and that's literally it. I feel like this is the most useless perk ever, and it really is not even worth getting at all because it takes forever to recharge. There's a like 15-second recharge time as well. It might be 10 seconds. I'm not really too sure on the exact time, but overall, definitely not worth it. And it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Tombstone. Now, this first appeared in Transit. It's also on Town, so that's probably where you ended up buying it. Now, it only appears in co-op games. So if you're a solo player, it's completely useless because it's literally not on the map. But when you're playing with teammates, Tombstone can be pretty useful if you feel like you're going to end up going down. So on Transit, for example, you can buy it at the power station, but if you end up going down in the farm area and your teammates are all the way at like Town, for example, or Bus Depot, they're really, really far away from you. So it's good if you're gonna end up dying, and that's pretty much the only reason I find myself ever buying it, because I feel like I'm gonna die or something like that. Now, of course, you can get extra perks as well. So if you buy Tombstone, you feed the zombies, which is another option. When you go down, you can die immediately, and then you can respawn. You'll have the perks that you had besides Tombstone, and you can buy the rest of the perks on the map and then Tombstone again, so you can end up having more perks, which is kind of cool. Definitely useful on Town, so you can get 6 perks instead of just having 4, which is kind of cool. But I just feel like Tombstone is kind of a waste of a perk because I don't find myself downing that much, and I don't really play Town or Transit to begin with, so I feel like it's just one of those perks that didn't really need to be on the map. It might be better on a different map, I don't know, like Drak or something, maybe more useful there, but it comes in here at the number 4 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Trailblazers from Infinite Warfare Zombies. Now, as you guys know, this one, you slide and it creates a fire trail behind you. Now, the reason I find this perk to be completely terrible is not because it's ineffective, because it actually is pretty effective at killing zombies, but that's the problem with it. So, for example, to get around the map faster on IW, you obviously want to slide, and sliding is one of the best features that we've had in zombies for a little bit of time now, and I feel like Trailblazers was always that perk that I ended up getting rid of when I play on director's cut and have perkaholic, because I would just end up killing the last zombie by accident, and it happens all the time. And that was really frustrating in IW when you're trying to do the Easter egg or you're trying to do a step and you end up ending the round, so then you have to go through another round to go to the next step, and it just can be really frustrating. So I end up trading out Trailblazers the entire time. So I just think that if you're going to be going for high rounds, like, yeah, it's kind of useful, but it's not really that great of a perk, and that's why it comes in here at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be Blood Wolf Bite, which came out during the life cycle of Black Ops 4. Now, if you guys don't really know how this works, essentially is when you get and deal a lot of damage, a wolf spawns called Luna, and it goes around and attacks zombies. Now, the main problem with this perk is that it will end up ending rounds for you, or it spawns at the end of the round after you killed a lot of zombies, and it only lasts for a short amount of time, and it takes a pretty long time to recharge and come out again. Now, there is one very good exploit that was never patched, and I don't even think Treyarch knows about it, with Blood Wolf Bite. So if you have it in your modifier slot, you end up getting the effects of Vulture Raid, so you can get more ammo and money. Now, if you're using a hand on Ancient Evil and you have Blood Wolf Bite in the modifier slot and you get ammo, it completely refills your hand, because it essentially will give you one extra magazine. So that's really useful. You can basically have unlimited ammo if you have Blood Wolf Bite in your modifier slot. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's why it comes in here at the number 2 spot, just ending rounds and not really helping you in general. All right, guys, we have one honorable mention, and this one we're going to go back to IW Zombies as well, and that is Change Shoes. Now, if you guys remember how this works, basically there's different variants of ammo that it gives you to kill zombies. But the thing about this is the only way to change it is actually by getting red screened. So when you get red screened, it will switch. So you could get fire, you could get ice, you could get something else. And I just think that that's really a bad way to change the ammo type. Now, if you are playing director's cut, you can just keep rebuying it and try to get a different version, which also works, but you're going to end up losing 1,500 points every single time you do it. So that's really not that great of a use for it. Now, I just think that it should not change when you literally have to get red screened. When you have Jug, you take 4 hits and then it changes. Like, it's kind of a weird use, and I don't like anything that will like cause me to die. So I have to literally get harmed in order to change it, which I just don't think makes any sense at all. So it comes in here as an honorable mention. Now, the versions or different variants of the like things that adds to your bullets are actually pretty good, but I just don't like the red screen part overall. All right, guys, and coming in at the number 1 spot for the worst perk ever in Call of Duty Zombies across World at War through Black Ops 4, including every other game of zombies, it's going to be Blaze Phase. Now, this is another perk that came out within the Black Ops 4 life cycle, and this is the worst perk ever known to man. Now, it is kind of cool, but it's not useful at all whatsoever. So essentially what this does is you crouch and you're going to get like a flame behind you, and then you stand up and you literally blast forward and basically kill all the zombies around you. Now, it does end up killing zombies indefinitely in normal, which is good. You know, it's definitely useful. I'm not saying it's a bad perk, but it's not a useful perk. And that's kind of the problem with this, is it's just very bad, because I don't find myself ever getting trapped in corners. And the thing about it is it takes a little bit of time to actually work, and it takes a very long time to recharge as well. So I just don't find it very useful. Now, it's kind of cool when you like go upstairs and, you know, blast downstairs and stuff like that. Like, it looks cool, but it's just not useful. I never used this perk ever in the game. Once I was able to use it the day before it came out in Zombies, I just never used it again because I didn't think it was worth using at all. And I feel like that is the common consensus around everyone. Now, I like to use the one that gives you secret sauce. So you basically get a like secret perk, whatever one you get, it's kind of random, And when I get Blaze Phase, I trade that out right away. There's no way I'm keeping it. So it definitely had to be number one on the list. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you disagreed, which I'm sure you did, you can let me know why down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.